Welcome to Leading Organizations That Matter, a podcast about leadership and how we find impact, meaning, and joy in our work. I'm Ray Spadoni, and today's topic is look at the portfolio. I'm a serious hobbyist photographer, and if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know that I sometimes use photography-themed metaphors to draw parallels, make a point, and illustrate an example. I've been surprised by how many times I see connections between the art form and the work that I do with my coaching and consulting clients. I was listening to a podcast recently about the rapid rise in the popularity of photography workshops, where attendees go to some exotic place, an African safari, a hiking trek through Utah, or a jaunt through a rich landscape in a place like Iceland, all with an instructor who will not only bring them to these places, but also offer teaching throughout the experience. The idea is that not only are you in the photo-rich environment, but you're also working with an experienced master who can show you the ropes because he or she has the portfolio credibility necessary to earn your respect, trust, and money. That's the theory. But according to the podcaster, many of the instructors are people who couldn't earn a living themselves as photographers, so they're doing the next best thing, teaching others. This is counterintuitive, I know, but it's quite commonplace. You've heard the expression, those who can do, those who can't do, teach. Now, personally, I've never loved that saying because it undervalues the skill and proficiency required to become a good teacher, but I think in this case, it applies. The podcaster said, look at the portfolio. If you want to judge the work of the teacher who is telling you to trust that they have something to teach you, look at their work. That will reveal so much. He then proceeded, not calling people out by name, of course, but he proceeded to mention some very, very successful workshop leaders who have basically nothing to show on their websites of their own work. They post workshop attendee shots as examples of all you can gain from the workshop, but they don't show their own work. Wonder why? Again, we can't underestimate all the work and skill required to become a good teacher, and perhaps those non-portfolio showing workshop leaders are not master photographers, but are master teachers. There's room for them, for sure. But because there are so many workshops to choose from, wouldn't you want someone who is both a good photographer and a good teacher? According to the podcaster, you have to look at the portfolio to decide. Well, this resonated so completely for me because I liken my work, especially over the past several years, to being a workshop leader for leaders, for individuals who are seeking more, as this podcast's tagline says, impact, meaning, and joy in their work. Well, I've built my business and I guess my brand on the fact that I have a good portfolio and have invested the time and effort required to become a good teacher too. I'm not going to go into all that here, but check out my website or LinkedIn page for more details. In short, I have the portfolio. And so that this isn't all about me, please give this some thought as you consider a consultant or coach for your organization. Make sure they have the chops to do the leadership development, consulting, coaching, or whatever you need them to do for you. Make sure you look at their portfolio. Thanks for listening. Leaving a positive review and letting others know about this podcast will help a great deal. My mission is to help empower organizations that matter by supporting those who lead them. I offer coaching, mentoring, and consulting services. You can learn more about me and my work at raysbedoni.com.